don't do this. Don't ever do this because it's gonna slip and you're gonna hurt yourself real bad. So don't do that. You got to put something underneath it to keep it steady. The only thing that's moving is actually the mat because there's nothing holding it to the table. But this mat, this is a little piece of yoga mat and it holds your block the same way it holds you when you do downward facing dog. You can also use these pieces of like shelf liner. They're really sturdy and they will hold your block when you're carving. And if you can find a bench hook, I know we've got this one. We used to have a lot. I don't know what happened to them. But this one on the bottom clips on the edge of the table. And then when you push against the boards, it won't move. And so that's gonna keep your block stable so that you don't have to put your hand in front of it to hold it. Everybody has this same toolkit. It came in your supplies that you bought from City Art. When you open the back, all of these tools come out. You have a lot.
I have extras from my other kit.
Okay, I need somebody else's kit so that I can talk about
I can
the tools
split
that
them
you
up.
have. Just somebody hand me your toolkit so that
I got mine on my table next to the coffee cup.
just because I want to, for the demo, show everybody what everybody has, okay?
I didn't think about that.
So you open up the back and these tools come out. The first thing that you do is you look at this weird looking little knife and you get rid of it because you're never gonna use it. I've never seen anybody use that, okay? Now, you are left with these four. And when you look at them, one of them has a bad cutting edge. This one has a weird cutting edge. That's kind of disappointing. But when you look at these, they all have unique names, and those names are really, really difficult to remember. So I'm gonna go over it for you so that you guys all remember what each one is called. This one that has like a really wide U shape is called the wide U. This one that has a narrower U shape is called the narrow U. This one that has a wider V shape is called the wide V. And this one that has narrow V shape is called the narrow V. Very good. When you look at them, some of them it's really obvious which side is the cutting edge and which side goes into the tool, like your narrow V. But with like the wide U, it's a little harder to tell because both ends are similar in size. So you're gonna look and see one side has a bevel. And the side with the bevel is the side that you cut the linoleum with. That's the cutting blade. And then the other side has no bevel. It's just a blunt edge. So I'm gonna, I wanna take a look at this before you cut with it because this has a really bad tip. And so we're gonna need to do something about that because, do you see? Look. It's not, yeah, that's not good.
Dang it.
Yeah. The rest of these look okay though. So I'm gonna get out the wide V, I think. Looks like the one I have. And I'm still gonna put your little blade in here, but don't worry about the little blade. Okay. This end is the chuck. And when you unscrew the chuck, it's got two pieces inside of it. So don't panic when you all unscrew it all the way because it's gonna happen. There is a flat side and a rounded side. The flat side is what goes to the inside of the tool. There is a larger piece and a smaller piece and they fit together. So like this little one is kind of like a smiley face, right? It's a smiley face if you're a happy person. It's a frowny face if you're a sad person. Whichever way it is, it clips on and it completes the circle with this part that goes on the inside. And then you've got this flat back and there's a rounded front, and the rounded front drops into the chuck and then you can screw it back on. So don't panic If you accidentally take it all the way apart and the pieces fall out, they just drop right back in. Your tool, you take the bit that goes into, not the cutting edge has the bevel, and it goes in between those two pieces. So it doesn't go in between that little smile and the outer ring, it goes in between those two pieces that go on the inside, and then you turn it with your hands and you just turn it until it stops, okay? If you over tighten it, especially with the pressure of carving, it's gonna get jammed in here and stuck, and then that's when you typically have to completely unscrew it and take it apart to get the blade out. But if you only screw it German tight, right, Guden tight, then you're,
You know what?
You looked at me before you made the joke.
all right.
Even when you were like making the jokes about the names, you kept looking around. You're like, who's gonna laugh? Who's gonna laugh?
I was. All right. So, I have to keep my demos at least a little bit interesting somehow. That was actually my husband's joke. That was a good one though. When you were carving, he really laughed. That is so funny to me. You do not hold this like a pencil. This is how you get carpal tunnel hand fatigue. Don't do it. Do not do this. This is not what you want to do. This is how you hurt yourself. Repetitive strain injuries. And I know that you guys are all young and think you're invincible, but as a 42-year-old woman, let me tell you, take care of your body now. So you take this, make a big wide high five palm. The butt of the tool goes into the palm of your hand, and then your hand wraps around it. And this is how you hold it. This is where you get the power for carving. 2 fingers on the chuck, and then I use these 2 fingers to kind of place, and I use this little pinky to kind of place where I am. Sometimes a pinky, sometimes I can't reach. It's like, pinky no reach. But this, see, look, it just doesn't work. These 2 fingers push back. They serve as a brake, and they also help you control the angle of the cut. And then you just give yourself nice, gentle little scoops. Turn the tool.
Is it better to do like those tiny little cuts or just one long stroke?
It depends on how you want to do it.
Depends on the design.
Depends on the design. Depends on your style. Now, go slow. There's no telling how old this linoleum is. An old linoleum is stiff. So if you're having a hard time with carving, warm it up with a hairdryer.